For a man who's been hanging around the top of this bantamweight division, waiting to see how things shake out. Well, now you know. What did you make of tonight's main event?
Yeah, it was great. Merab did an awesome job. I kind of anticipated that Merab was even going to look better in this fight just when I was thinking about it a little bit more, and he did awesome. He got the finish. I'm sure that that's what he was looking for, and I'm happy for him. Me and Merab have like a really good rapport together, so I'm happy for him.
Yeah, you've never trained together? Have you have such a good rapport? Do you talk to one another?
Yeah, he's
Around the division.
Yeah, he's a friendly guy, and I'm like not bad either. So
He likes your jokes, he said.
Yeah.
When you were breaking down this one, as I'm sure you were thinking about your potential opponent, what did anything surprise you in this matchup?
I was kind of surprised that O'Malley decided to move as much as he was.
Particularly the second round.
Yeah, that's a very tough thing to do against a guy that's going to press like that. Yeah, when Merab decides to get aggressive, he gets aggressive, and I'm looking forward to that, man. Merab's probably, he is the best guy in the division. He's maybe one of the best guys in the UFC, and I want to take that guy out.
How do you manage just the machine of Merab Dvalishvili?
Yeah, you gotta knock that guy out. That's it. You just gotta knock that guy out.
So, are you training?
Yeah, I'm training. Me and my wife are gonna go to Maui next week for our honeymoon.
Time to do it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be running because Merab inspired me to run. So I'm gonna be running on my trip, and yeah, when I get back, we'll see what the UFC says on time and date and stuff, and then it'll be a beautiful year for me, hopefully.
Definitely. He said he's ready whenever. Would you like this to be sooner rather than later?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think we're both on board for having 2 more fights this year, so that would be great.
Very good. Thank you so much, Cory. Appreciate you taking the time. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
I think it's a pretty astute observation. How are you going to beat him? I think I got to knock that dude out. And it reminds me of something Anthony told me leading up to UFC 316. It's like, how are you going to beat Merab Dvalishvili? You said, I love Sean O'Malley. I think he's got all the skills in the world, but I think to beat Merab, you paid homage to the late, great Anthony Rumble Johnson. I said, if you got to be the Rumble Johnson of the bantamweight division, you got to put this guy out. And it seems like Cory Sandhagen knows that.
Yeah, Cory Sandhagen is a smart guy. It's going to be hard to win a decision over Merab. Like you have to win every second of every minute of every round. To do that, it's impossible to do right now. Where he's at right now, it's going to be hard to win a decision because he's just going to keep going. You got to hurt him. You got to put something big on him. You got to put him down. And I think that's what Cory's getting at with he was surprised at O'Malley's movement and the circling and his footwork, because you can't land those big shots unless you're grounded and you're centered and you have something to really push off of to land something big. Once he started moving and circling like that, all chances of knocking out Merab go away.
Kind of feels like a Lifetime Achievement Award for Cory Sandhagen, even though he's a young man. The entire sport is behind this man getting the championship opportunity, and he really needed this particular result. And it's fascinating now to think about not just that matchup, but Sean O'Malley. Are you going to fight Umar Nurmagomedov now as you try to sort of end your losing streak? It really opens up a lot of different things at 35, but trying to play the point game against Merab Dvalishvili, I think, is just a losing proposition. Even if Sean O'Malley took 2 rounds from him last September, I think Sandhagen's got a very good head on his shoulders, and he'll be ready whenever the date comes.
And a person doesn't come in and just beat one of the greats like Merab is. It takes 4 or 5 people to beat him. You'll take some notes with your coach, and the next guy tries, and he does something that works a little bit, so then the next guy improves upon that. And I just thought that O'Malley did some things really well tonight. There was some scrambles. When O'Malley could stay off of the fence really turned out to be a key for Merab. He'd have to get in there so O'Malley couldn't sprawl. Outside of that position, he wasn't able to go to the ground. And I only bring that to you because that's something that Sandhagen will be able to take with him. Sandhagen is a very good striker, but he's improved his grappling. The days where we say Cory doesn't know how to grapple ended the day that Cory fought Nurmagomedov. It's a very close fight, and I'm with John. I think the whole community knows this is the right fight to make, and I think they will.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's a very intriguing fight. But, Anthony, I do want to ask you a little bit more in depth, because it's easy for us to sit here and say, like, well, you can't play a points game. You can't be moving around. Like, what does that mean, though? Does that mean you're just laser down the middle? You got to be the aggressor? I mean, stylistically, and if you're the coach of Cory Sandhagen, how do you take what he does and say, this is how you stop a guy that never stops coming forward? How do you do that?
Well, think about the one thing we don't see Merab do very much. He's not very defensive because he doesn't have to be. His defense is his offense. If you're going to beat a guy like Merab, you've got to get him backing up. You're going to have a really tough time backing up and trying to land something big, because if you don't land that thing, whatever it may be, a knee, a kick, an elbow, or whatever, he's going to close the distance with that strike. And then you find yourself on the fence. So I think Chael's right. You have to keep yourself off of the fence. I think in other fights, We've seen Waldo Costa Cortez wall himself because he was using it as really a backing to defend the takedown. That's not how Merab wrestles. He kind of drags himself in, and he's like a snake. And as you're in there tighter and longer, he just gets tighter and tighter, and you find yourself on the mat. So I think you have to keep yourself in some space. You got to ground yourself, and you have to get him backing up. Because anytime that O'Malley would strike, and he would be moving forward with blitzes, Merab will back up. He's not unwilling to take a step backwards. You just have to continue to give him reasons.